Payton, with Darius's moves all over the field now, did you find yourself maybe looking to see where he was during the scrimmage, since he's being moved around in so many positions and has such an effect on the defense?
We're talking about Darius, you said?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I'm not really looking completely at where a certain guy is. I'll see him out there when he's in a different spot. Obviously, like you guys just heard him talking about, he's playing a lot of different positions, and he's a guy who has the ability to play a lot of positions. So it's a good guy to have in our defense. But in terms of like looking for him, not really. I'm just kind of looking at the player on the field, and then some guys will play different than others, but he's not a guy who has been tagged as a guy who plays completely different as some other. Like he doesn't have tendencies like maybe a couple other guys have. So not really.
Hey, just to follow up on that, the way he's playing, is he somebody that you think coaches around could scout for and say, hey, where is he on the field as the season progresses?
Yeah, I think as the season progresses, he's a guy who can, cause problems for offenses. He's a good player, like you heard. He hits hard. He's very capable. On his pass rush, like X said, he's very disciplined with what he does. So I can see that down the road.
Hey, Payton, now that the spring practice is over, I was wondering what you saw in the development from the three guys behind you kind of pushing for that backup spot, and, just in just maybe who developed the most if you think there's somebody from that group.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought Noah Kim had a really, really solid spring. It was fun playing with him and, talking with him on certain stuff. He was very crisp the whole spring. He didn't really have an off day. Hamp did a good job. He's coming along, and, he's doing things that the coach wants to see. And then Payton, it was good to see. He's a good dude. He's fun to have around. Obviously he has a lot to learn in terms of the offense because he just got here, but he picked up on it well. He's doing a good job. He knows what he's looking at for the most part on a lot of stuff. He's a quick learner, and he's a very talented passer. So, it's fun playing with those guys.
Jayden, same sort of thing, I guess, at the end of spring. What did you want to focus on? Did you feel like you accomplished that for yourself? And then the DBs you were going against this spring, did anybody catch your eye or anything you took away from that end of the defense?
Yeah. That's the reason why I came back. I felt like I had to develop on a lot of stuff, getting in and out of routes, tempo changes in routes, stuff like that, just little discipline stuff. And definitely secondary, I'm really looking forward to seeing Amir Speed going against the opposite competition. I'm really excited for that. He's impressed a lot of guys this spring. He's impressed me. So I'm really excited to see him go against. I think it's going to be a problem for the opposition. So
this is for both of you guys. It was a pretty windy day in terms of passing. I'm wondering how much that maybe helps as a final practice and kind of preparing. Coach kind of said getting you weatherproof and giving you different elements to prepare in.
Yeah, I think that's just what comes with football, Snow games, rain games, wind games, sunny games, hot games. We experienced that throughout the whole season last year. We went to Miami, played in a super scorching hot game, and then we went to Penn State, played in the snow game, which I've never done. You just got to be prepared for whatever's ahead. So that's definitely something that can help and prepare us and coming up for the season. So, yeah,
like Bird just said, we played in every condition you can imagine last year. And it was fun playing in those games, and I felt like we were weatherproof last year. Today is a little different because usually when you play those games, like you have, it's getting colder and you're getting used to it. Whereas the spring, we've been practicing inside all spring, and then boom, all of a sudden it's freezing. So today was a little different than what it would normally be like. Obviously, you can't really practice a snow game if it's not snowing, so I guess that's kind of similar. But, today was a little different than what you'd see during the season.
Jayden, or for both of you guys, actually. So what was it like? How did it, playing against a guy like Amir Speed, improve your game over these last 15 practices?
You typically don't see a corner that's that tall and long. That's definitely the one thing that definitely can help me, because at the next level, you'll see a bunch of different guys. Like Jalen Ramsey, that's a big, long guy. So, that prepares me for competition like that. I didn't see much of that, that last season. So I seen a little bit of it, but you don't see that on an everyday basis. So, that can help me adapt to when I have to deal with that. So
I would say Speed's a guy, like we were talking about earlier. that is a dude that you look at and you know where he's at on the field. A lot of times if he's impressed, depending on who's going against him, you might cancel that out, to be real honest with you. You got to have a good player going against him to really, feel good about the route concept to that side. And so he's a really good player. Like Bert said, he's very long, he's fast. He presents problems for us. And, it's a great guy to practice against, to get ready for the season. But, he does a great job of disguising stuff too. He's just a really all-around solid player. So it's been fun playing against him, competing against him, and he's a great guy on top of it. So, and he brings experience from a winning team last year. He's got a national championship ring. So, he's a great guy to have.
My question actually is about Amir as well. There was a play, Jayden, where he literally had no issue just shoving you right out of bounds. And I just kind of wondering, more of the competition aspect and just how it just makes you guys better in that way, that he has no problem coming in here and kind of showing you what's up.
No doubt. So, stuff like that, you just got to be disciplined, He's a long guy, I got to know what I'm going up against. I kind of slipped on my release, and then at that point, he had leverage on me, he jammed me. So, yeah, those kind of plays happen. That's why I said you got to be real disciplined against good players. So that's how it goes.
For both of you guys, I was wondering if there a takeaway from where you guys have grown the most this spring, whether as a team overall or just, on offense?
I think I heard Coach Tuck earlier talk about being a player-led team, and I think that is definitely an area that we've improved. We've had a lot of voices come and speak to us. We did, the Navy SEAL training, and that was great. And we've got Dr. Kevin Elko who comes to talk to us. We've had a lot of different stuff to, grow as a team, and different leaders have evolved. And I think that's been a great part of our team, and I think that is one of the most absolute important things moving into the fall, and I think that's a great thing that we've gotten better at this spring.
No doubt. Going off of what Payton said, pretty much, guys that usually don't speak up, it's a lot of guys that's starting to speak up, being a vocal leader. And like he said, that's very important as a team, bringing the team together, having a great bond. So that's probably one of the most important things that we've grown.
I have a couple of questions. Just how much buzz and interest do you sense around the program now, maybe versus, say, a year ago?
Yeah, you can see it. You hear it, whether it's on Twitter or, just really all social media. And so you saw a lot of people, around campus today walking around for one thing or the other. So it's definitely going to be different coming off an 11-2 season versus a 2-5 season. So I definitely think there's excitement around the program right now, and now it's our job to bring more excitement to the program. As a team, we got to come in every day with the goal to be better than we were last year. We have different goals this year, and we're going to hold ourselves to a high standard.
Yep.
And just follow up, I guess, how much more athleticism do you see even on the defense? Just across the board, especially linebackers, secondary especially.
Yeah, we've definitely added some very, very good athletes on the defense, so I'll leave it at that.
No question about it. I agree.
Yeah, so back here, so obviously last year, y'all ended the year ranked 9th AP. Year before that, weren't even ranked. So coming into this season, how do you, stay hungry? What is your, method of, staying level-headed, so to speak?
I would like to say just never get complacent, never get comfortable where you are. Always have the mindset to grow. And that's what we're looking for. We want to build upon what we went off last year and do even better. So, never get complacent and just, keep growing for what, where you at. Yeah.
For me, growing up and through my whole life, it's never been a goal of mine to come 9th, in anything. So it's always ahead. And you always, there's always more, even if you finish the year first, there's more, it never stops. And if you watch the greats and if you learn about the greats, read about all the all-time greats in whatever sport it is, they could care less if they, well, I mean, they're happy that they came in first, but then it's on to the next. How am I going to stay at first? How am I going to elevate even more? So we're sitting at 9th last year, and who knows where we're at in the preseason. It doesn't really matter. But, we're just looking to win all of our games, and it starts with the first one. So we're focused on the summer. We're focused on fall camp after that, and then, moving to the season, we're going to take it game by game and try to, put our best foot forward each game.
For both of you guys here, I'm just wondering if each of you could say something about that you noticed about the other guy where they've gotten better this spring. Obviously, you both come off successful seasons last year. We know you guys know each other very well, but what's something you each noticed about the other that, like, okay, he's a little better at that, or he's made some strides in this area, that area, whatever?
This kid's leadership has just been out of the roof, so that's what I've noticed. He speaks up more than anybody in the program, as a player. And that's what he motivates me to, want to speak up more and bring guys along and, hold guys accountable. So that's one thing that he's really done a great job at, and that I hope to, get to that same level soon.
Yeah, with Jayden, he brings juice like nobody else. And I hear him all the time say, you're juiceless, you're useless. So he does a great job of that. And then for me, watching him, not many people know that how banged up he was last year. He played through injury all year last year pretty much. And so he's gotten healthy or healthier through the spring, which has been great for him. I see more bursts from him, which, he was fast last year, but now he's going, getting in and out of his cuts. He's got a little more shake to him like he used to when he is healthy. So, I think that he's gotten more healthy as this spring has gone on, and that's helping him, tremendously with his route running, and I think he feels better. Yeah. So that's something I've noticed for sure.
Jayden and Payton, guys like K9 don't grow on trees. How confident are you that you can get similar production maybe from a few backs so that you can do the things you did last year with the passing game and take it to the next level?
No doubt. It's always tough losing a guy like K9. I mean, we just got to grow more as a team, build a better team so, we can all work together. And, we got transfers coming in. We'll have playmakers out there. We got playmakers everywhere, and we will be just fine going into next year.
Yeah, like you say, Ken is a guy that, you're not going to see every day. He's the best player I've probably ever seen. He possesses a skill set that you really don't see very often. And so, our offense is going to change a little bit, and the play might not change, but the way we execute it might change. Like, I think about RPOs. Last year, you probably didn't see us throw too many RPOs because if that, next guy was close that we were reading, maybe you just hand it off to Ken. That was the rule. Just give it to him, and all of a sudden, it's 15 yards. So it's going to be a little different this year. I still think we got good players. I think that the guys we have right now are solid players. You saw Jayden ran the ball well today. We got Jarek Broussard coming in. We're excited about him too. He's a good guy as well. So, it'll be a little different. We're putting new stuff in. We're just trying to get better as an offense. But like you say, Ken is a player that you're not going to be able to replicate. So, it's going to be a little different this year. And so it's our job to get better in every area. And also, if Ken isn't the first running back taken off the board, I don't even know what I'm going to think. So, shout out to Ken.
Yes, sir. All right. On that note, thanks, guys, for sticking around. Thank you. Go Green.